is that one card combos are so efficient right now, they generate so much resources and do so much, that the only good spot to stop them is very early on, so that they don't snowball into as much advantage as possible, because the longer they play, the easier it is for them to play through more and more hand traps, because they're accumulating more and more cards. That means there's absolutely zero skill with hand trapping in this format. You basically throw the hand trap at the first thing, and it'll do the job, hypothetically, if you draw 2 or 3 of them. Welcome back, everybody, to the Dueling Wave. We're back here with another video trying to press Konami's feet to the coals. They continue to not listen, but we're nothing if not persistent.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does contain the unstoppable
Dueling Wave. It's been a few months now since the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Banlist, and we need one now more than ever. I know we say this every 3 days, but the last few years have been particularly egregious. They can't help themselves. They keep spamming the power creep button over and over and over again, like there's no tomorrow. People commend them for banning Barone and Savage. I think they were doing that because if those cards had stayed with the power creep, the way the game was going, especially not having Max C, not advocating Max C, I'm just saying, these decks going first would just be insane. Like, a deck with no tuners is making Barone, right? Like, that's crazy. Apo, you are next, you gross wench. What's frustrating is that it feels like card design has gotten so preposterous that we can't help but get trap hold in a tier 0 format every single year, like clockwork. We went from fusing monsters together that we threw in the garbage to now one monster, normal summoned or special summoned or whatever, reproducing faster than a bacterium on the board to a full borderline functional FTK. I know what you're thinking. Wave, you're too negative, dude. This game is fun. My reply is, okay, bro, but who asked you? Let me complain. What the hell is going on? I'm sure people think prison is fun. That doesn't make it okay to be there. On this channel, we argue for the ideal because we've seen the beauty of the heights this game can reach in those perfect oasis formats that are surrounded by the desert of tier 0, floodgate, lockout garbage. Those formats just make you want to... Unfortunately, they're surrounded by trash, like this trash and this garbage. For any of you saying, oh, Wave, it's too early, you can't hit Snake Eyes yet. Snake Eyes just won its 8th consecutive YCS. One more than Tier ever did. We need a ban list right now. Look at this. Look at this. This new engine is crazy. And it's taken over the OCG. And if we know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, is that it's whenever some engine goes ham in the OCG, it's going to be nice over here. But here's the kicker. The best part about this engine, like all other engines that have been released in the last 2 years, is that it's totally generic. It can do pretty much anything. Who would have seen this coming? And it goes great with Snake Eyes, like everything else, giving them even more additional power, like a free Wave King or a Beatrice, or God knows what else people are going to figure out what to use it for. The format was already Hydrogen Bomb versus a bunch of coughing babies, but now it's an even bigger Hydrogen Bomb with stamina and charisma boost against said coughing babies. What does a ninja got to do to get a ban list? I'm over here starving harder than KD over Scarlett Johansson. Some of you might be too young to get the reference. I need that ban list, dog. I need it now. I need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
Scratch that. We need it. We together, comrade. I want to play this game. I want to revive locals. I want to buy product, but I can't. What's the point? What's the point of buying Shining Sark deck or Melodious or Voiceless or whatever new stuff comes out? That Exodia deck, right? I'm sure that'll be a nice rarity. What's the point of buying that if Snake Eyes is still the best and continues to constrict the format? Last ban list, we were hungry and they gave us a morsel, something to tide us over, like we're prisoners in frickin' concentration camps and our ribs are beginning to show. Well, now we're here dying. We can hardly walk. Our wings have stopped working because the lack of new blood cells being formed. And we can't even get up without passing out. We are starving, Konami. We need a ban list or we're dipping and we're going to One Piece or Lorcana. Believe that. On a serious note, I've been complaining about the game for a fat minute now, and that's all with good reason. The pre-Fi9 format was wonderful. There was random one-off Vanadium FTK or possibly like Infernoble crap that was floating around. But overall, you could top with anything that you wanted. Decks like Tier, Unchained, Rescue Ace, they were the best decks. But there were so many others that could put in work. We go from that type of format, where every round you're playing an interactive match that's fun and great, to what we have now. A hand trap smackdown, where you don't need to play, you just need to show your hand to your opponent, and you guys can decide the outcome right then and there. Why is that? The reason being is that one card combos are so efficient right now, they generate so much resources and do so much, that the only good spot to stop them is very early on, so that they don't snowball into as much advantage as possible, because the longer they play, the easier it is for them to play through more and more hand traps, because they're accumulating more and more cards. That means there's absolutely zero skill with hand trapping in this format. You basically throw the hand trap at the first thing, and it'll do the job. Hypothetically, if you draw 2 or 3 of them. That's no way to play. It's essentially slot machine Yu-Gi-Oh! Yay, might as well play Dark World FTK, since that deck loses to Droll, but doesn't lose to pretty much anything else. Those other hand traps are kind of irrelevant. Anyway, I digress. What do you guys think? Do we need a ban list right now? Or do we just hold out till Infinite Forbidden? Will that even shake the meta up? I feel like no, other than making Snake Eyes better. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It truly helps the channel. Share the video. Otherwise, go check out our Discord. It's a nice little community that's growing. Show love. And check out this video here because it's good. Believe that. Anyways, I'll see ya as always.